Hey everybody, I'm gonna get right into this, talking about the low expectations and the soft misogyny when it comes down to abortion. Now, I came up with this idea really yesterday and was sussing it out until right about now. And I've been watching and looking for other people to say something about this because I was thinking, well, somebody else has got to say something, but I didn't see anyone saying anything. So I'll go ahead and I'll say this. What we are looking at right now in this country is Democrats go through stages like people go through stages of grief whenever they don't get what they want. And this Roe versus Wade thing is one of the biggest ones for them. They're definitely not getting what they want. So they are angry, annoyed, irritated. Yesterday, while many of us were celebrating the salty tears, I went on Reddit and collected my kegs of salty tears. And I happened to get into a quick posting discussion with somebody. And the reasoning they gave that abortion should still be legal in all 50 states is, well, what about the poor woman who needs to get an abortion? Now she won't be able to get one. My counter, well, she can just go to one of the blue states and get an abortion. Then the guy says, well, what if she can't afford to drive to a blue state? Then what? Well, I said, if you're rich enough to spread your legs and have unprotected sex, then you're poor enough to deal with the consequences. He pretty much said, I was just not caring about the situation of the woman and blah, blah, blah. I didn't answer back after that because I'm like, whatever. But I realized, also as I was listening over the course of the day to other people speaking, that the idea that some people are floating is just this similar idea. Well, what about the poor women? And I realized very quickly that this is a bigotry, a form of soft bigotry, of misogyny against poor people primarily, and of course, black women, in that Democrats believe that women are so poor and so stupid they can't close their legs and they can't figure out how to use birth control. Thus, abortion is absolutely necessary. Now, we can have the eugenics argument and the racism argument. We can have that. But let's just keep this grounded for a moment. Here's what I want you to think about. From the time I was about 24 on up until about 41, I have taken 5 different females, 3 white, 2 black, to what we refer to in my hometown as the family planning clinic. Being that Planned Parenthood is, it's seen as a negative. So we call it the family planning clinic or the free pregnancy clinic. This is where young women go if they think they're pregnant. They can get a pregnancy test. They can get an ultrasound. They can get help with prenatal care. All of those things. And they can get free birth control pills. I know. I have seen it happen. Now, I was not dating any of these women. These were my friends. And I can remember the first time I did this, I was about 25 years old. I took my friend since middle school. She begged me to take her to this place. And I was like, okay. And it was literally in a section of an old school building right across the street from a poor black neighborhood. And she went in, sat down with the doctor, spoke with him for 5 minutes, and he just gave her a month's supply of birth control pills. And told her she could come back in any time and get more. She also grabbed some condoms from a bowl of condoms. I'm like, why are you using that? Well, leave that for people who are actually going to use it. Well, it's free. Yeah, she was always a bit of a tacky redneck chick. But it made me realize very quickly that there was no excuse. There's no excuse for not having birth control. or contraception. It's being handed out for free at these clinics. The next time one time when I went to a clinic, I'd say I was about 38, 39 years old. And this was another longtime female friend of mine. We went to directly to the family planning clinic. And she was worried that she was pregnant by some guy. And I'm like, honey, I don't know what to do for you. She said, well, we can go here. I know we can go here. And she got upset because they wanted her to do an ultrasound and listen to the baby's heartbeat. And she's like, I'm not aborting the kid. I just wanted to make sure I was pregnant. But I have no desire to abort my child. I'm not going to do that. So she was pregnant, you know. And they were asking me, are you the boyfriend? Hell no, I'm just her best friend. I'm here for moral support. And realizing that now, I did make it sound as if she was a horrible person. But regardless. So there's all this free birth control out there. And these programs are in all 50 states. They are government funded. State government, most likely. Where you can go to one of these clinics and you can get condoms, spermicide, birth control pills. For free. All you have to do is sit and talk with a doctor for 5 fucking minutes. For free. Yet we still have the excuse of women need to have abortions because, they may somehow just magically get pregnant. Most abortions are happening by women in their 20s. Okay, single or married or raped, whatever. Still. There's all this free birth control out there. We're teaching sex ed as young as 6th, 7th grade in some cases. And y'all can't figure out how not to get pregnant. So we need abortion. Because there appears to be a large part of the female population, sorry about that can't figure out how not to get pregnant. I thought women were smarter than men, you know. I guess my feminism was all a lie. I guess it really was. So now, let's get into the part where people are saying, well, what if the woman can't travel to a blue state? How fucking poor are you? Okay, now, if you're so poor that you can't afford a drive, but you can afford to fuck, have unprotected sex, then you're stupid. You really are effing stupid. That doesn't make any damn sense. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's why the liberals want abortion so damn much. There's all these stupid women out there getting pregnant. But as a working man, I can do the math here. Let's say you get a job making $12 an hour. You get paid every 2 weeks. You work 40 hours a week. That's at least $400 a week. So you're going to get $800 every 2 weeks. So after 1 month, you'll have $1,600. I'm throwing a number out there. Your average bus ticket will cost you about $150 to $200. Still leaving you with $1,400. So you can get on a bus and go over to the next town if you want. Or to the next state where, you can get an abortion. But I almost forgot something. No, I actually didn't. But, being a little facetious here, a little funny, a little sarcastic. Abortions aren't free. There's nobody handing out free abortions. You have to pay. The abortion clinic asks you to pay. Or if you have to go to a hospital or something, you're going to be asked to pay. Now, I'm not fucking sure, and I don't want to look it up. The average cost for an abortion probably goes up per month. So the initial one, probably, let's say you're 2 months pregnant. Probably $500. Probably. 3 months, $1,000. Why the double? Because that's, it's a little harder then. Probably it gets up to about $2,000, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 by the time you get into like 8 months. Let's say let's say 7 months, because I don't know too many doctors are going to say, well, you're 8.5 months pregnant now. Yeah, sure, let's go ahead and abort the little bastard. I don't see too many fucking doctors doing that. I really, really, honestly do not see a bunch of doctors like that. Even in California, be like, look, nah, honey, you just go have that kid and put it up for adoption. We're not playing. We're not doing that. Not killing an 8.5-month-old child. Fuck off. Fuck off. So, not only do Democrats believe that women, especially black women, are so poor, so stupid, so ignorant, that they have to have abortion codified into federal law and force every state and every taxpayer to pay for abortion clinics, because black women, and especially poor black women, and especially just poor women in general, y'all just some dumb, ignorant bitches. It's like you go in the heat once or twice a month and you spread your legs for the nearest dumb chuckle fuck. You get fucked, you get pregnant. Oh my God, I'm preggers. Well, head on to the nearest abortion clinic, young dumb slut. We of the Democrat Party are here for you. We are here for you, so you can continue aborting your kids and going out and fucking like a whore. That's what they think of you. They're not thinking, oh, your rights are so precious. They're thinking you're so damn stupid that you need an abortion clinic because you can't figure out when you're pregnant. And we need to have abortion on demand whenever because you can't figure out when you're pregnant. How the fuck can you not figure out if you're pregnant? How? You've been living with a period for at least 11 years of your life. Most girls start having their period around the age of 12. Mama or teacher, whoever, guardian, whoever sits them down and says, okay, honey, at some point you're going to start bleeding between your legs. Don't panic. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's just a sign that you are growing into a woman and that you can now bear children. So if you're 22, that means you've been having a period for at least 10 years. If you're 16 or 17, you've been having a period for at least 4 to 5 years. You can't figure out, well, gosh, I haven't had my period in a month. I know that, generally around the 7th of each month, I have my period. Sometimes the 9th, but most of the time, between the 7th and the 9th of each month. And it's now the 12th. Something's wrong. Now, you can actually go to the free pregnancy clinic, the Planned Parenthood, and they'll give you a free pregnancy test. They'll take blood, and they'll even let you pee in a cup. They got the fancy shit. So, if most women know, when their period is on, how can they not know within at least 40 days to make, let's say even 50 days of a good hot fuck, that whether they're pregnant or not, if they're not using birth control? So, because generally, after your period, you have a sort of refractionary period after one's period of about 3 or 4 days before you can get pregnant again. If I remember, once your period ends, you got about 2 to 3 days. Now, I ain't perfect on this because I ain't no woman. So, you have a period right before your period. You have a span of time after your period where you can't get pregnant because, uterus lining, egg hasn't been released, all of that. So, that's your safe day. That's your safe period. Okay? So, how the hell can you not know these things as a woman? A grown woman in most cases, hell, even teenage girls know this shit by now. So there's no excuse for any of this. It's just the soft expectations of, the low expectations of soft bigotry, or in this case, misogyny of the Democrat Party, where they believe that all women are so damn stupid that they need to have abortion all around them, so, because they just stupid and spread their legs like a dumb dog in heat. It's pathetic and it's sad. And this is what the Democrats are saying to you. You can't control yourself, so we'll help you, bypass the consequences of your dumb behavior, of your inability to control your sexual needs. Now, granted, yes, guys, yeah, we gotta man up. Start asking questions, slip the Jimmy on. The whole damn thing. We gotta do that too. Part of this is on us. But a very small damn part, in my fucking opinion. Because we don't know if you're on birth control. We don't know when you last had your period. We don't know. We don't ask. We're told not to ask. It's none of our business. So now the only reasoning I can find that you may not be able to get an abortion by going over to a blue state because you're so poor is your own disability. And you're getting about $800 a month, and that all goes into paying bills and everything else. Well, you might have to skip paying bills 1 month so you can go to get your abortion over in a blue state. I would still recommend don't have fucking sex. I would still recommend if you just got to get dipped in by every other dude in the hood, take your ass to the free clinic, get yourself some birth control, get yourself some condoms. I'm pretty sure your brain functions well enough even when you're horny and hot to trot that you can tell the guy to put a condom on, pop your birth control. Hell, they even give morning after pills at some of these places. So there's just no excuse. Just do the right thing. Okay, ladies? Just do the right thing. And you Democrats, stop coming up with bullshit excuses. All right? I'm going to send this video to a few people. I'm going to send a link to it to a few people so that they can, maybe play it during their show or whatever. Also, I do have a Gab account, and I do have a BitChute account, and I have a Twitter account. I'm going to start posting links more to all of these places and videos to BitChute. I'll probably put a link in the description to certain things, but probably not my Twitter account. Part of me is kind of like, I don't know. But either way, we'll see. All right, folks, let me, video's at 17 minutes. All right, folks, let me go. God bless and keep everybody. Bye-bye.